Karl Anthony Towns picks up his family-size order of barbecue chicken at Target Center, going up against the Indiana Pacers, who are missing Tyrese Halliburton, their best player, Andrew Nembhard, their backup point guard, and Jalen Smith, who you might not think of as an impact player for the Pacers. But look at his stats this year. He's averaging 10 points, 6 boards, and 70% shooting on 67% shooting from 3. Just want to throw that out there. A lot of people probably don't understand the season that he's having. They also are coming off a back-to-back night against the Wizards, where they gave up 137 points and lost to a team that is now 4 of 20. So even though the Pacers are a very good team, number 1 offense in the NBA, going up against the Timberwolves' number 1 defense in the NBA, they were shorthanded, and seeing TJ McConnell, although he's a great player and had a solid game, leading the offense versus Tyrese Halliburton, you see how different that dynamic is. And the three-point differential in this game would be enormous. Timberwolves shoot 60% from 3 in this game, 18 of 30. Meanwhile, the Pacers only make 6 threes for the entire game. I think they're around about 24%. So that's a big disparity. And overall, the shot making was kind of good on either side for the teams, I thought. It was more so that you have the Pacers undermanned, making tough twos, a lot of times over Rudy Gobert, Bruce Brown, and Nesmith having tough finishes in the paint. Meanwhile, you have the Timberwolves stars and bench kind of just going supernova on you. I want to start with Karl Anthony Towns because it was probably his best game of the season, and he was carrying us while it was a struggle to score. The end of the first quarter, it was 23-20 Wolves lead, and only 3 Wolves had even scored at that point. It was 14 points from Karl Anthony Towns, Naz Reid with 4, also doing some bully ball, just people on the court being like, okay, Obi Toppin cannot guard our bigs in the post. Toppin a good player too, but that's just not his game, and we have the size to just overwhelm them, which is what we did. Also, Mike Conley was the third player in that first quarter to score with 5 points, which I believe he finished for with the game, 5 or 7. And so it was a lot of bully ball from Cat initially, and you love when that's the case. It's a great demonstration of what happens if you do not make him uncomfortable, because he's such a gifted scorer, and when he just feels like he can flow into whatever he wants, he's really dominant, and that's what this game was like. Most of the mistakes that he made were more like, I'm feeling it, I'm trying to do a little bit extra, get a little fancy, and so a lot of times I look towards turnovers and fouls when I'm getting frustrated or Cat's having a rough game. 3 turnovers, at least 2 of those were kind of fuck it plays, like I'm just having fun. And he also picked it up on the defensive end here too, 5 stocks. I think it was 3 steals, 2 blocks, and he was impactful there as well. Also, Anthony Edwards, who came off of his worst shooting night of his career in the last game, 3 of 19, and who just hasn't looked the same since his hip injury, explodes for 37 points in this one, lighting it up from three-point range, especially a lot of that damage done in the second quarter where you'd have 18 points. He didn't even score first quarter too, by the way. And I'm just like, okay, Alpha Ant is back, where he's not even really getting open. He's just like, all right, I'm just going to shoot this 3 now. I'm just going to make these plays because I'm better at basketball than everyone out here. And I feel like having the points now, so let's just do that. And that's kind of the second and third quarter for Ant, and stretches of the fourth too, where he's just doing whatever. He's like, yeah, I'm just going to score. There's nothing you can do. So we got that back. 37 from Ant, 40 from Cat. Just a dominant display from the studs tonight. And then there's still the good supplemental shooting that I mentioned previously. Naz Reid, after his career high of 3-pointers in the previous game with 7 makes, gets 3 of 5 on 3-point shooting tonight. Same mark for Troy Brown Jr., 3 of 5 on 3s. And they were 2 people that helped contribute to the onslaught of 3-point shooting. And this was just a really dominant game out of the Timberwolves. I'm having to train myself to not overreact with the first half right now, because the third quarter Timberwolves are unreal at the moment. It was just a 2-point lead at half for the Wolves, and I think that bloomed up to 17 at the end of the third quarter. We would lead by as much as 25, I think, in this one. And the third quarter Wolves are something else. We're a real dominant second half team, so I'm training myself to not get overcome with anger when we're playing a team that we should be smacking early. and that doesn't happen. But we've been recovering just about every time. I think now 13-1 when leading at the half on this season. And we're 19-5 overall, tied for the best record in the NBA with the Celtics. 11-1 at home. I mean, this is the best stretch of Timberwolves basketball in our history, or at least the best start to a season. So I'm just soaking it in. God, this is fun. We even got out rebounded by 4 in this game, and the points in transition was 16-2 in favor of the Pacers. I was also worried early with the amount of turnovers we had in like the first quarter, because when you have a team that is really good in the transition, like the Pacers, and they are missing some of their guys, you don't want to give them those easy, fast baskets. So that was a problem early, but we were just so dominant, and the three-point difference was so huge that we were good. Also, something to note, Jaden McDaniels looked like he was having some hip issues and fouled to get off the court after 18 minutes played is all he had in this game. That happened in second or third quarter, and he just kind of took himself out. So we'll see what the potential injury update is with him. Hopefully nothing bad, because we just got fully healthy. Don't want him out. He's an important player. That's all we got. That was great.